Hey everyone, so here it is at your request to speak English confidently and fluently. So, I'm going to give you many tips and make sure you watch the video till end as every tip is very important if you want to speak fluently in English. And before that, let me ask you, have you subscribed to my channel? If you haven't subscribed up till now, then please do and press the like button if you have liked my video. I want you to put the comment section under the video to tell me which of these tips you like the most and if there is any other strategy that's worked for you while you were trying to learn English with that as well in the comment section so that it helps us to know what are the good strategies that you are using and you are appreciating. These are not like speak more or often or read more books. These are advanced, researched, and tried and tested, and very easy steps to help you to speak easily and fluently. Studying only grammar will never improve your speaking power. Listening to English alone will also never improve your English speaking. You have to actually speak. But what if you don't have someone to talk to in English? How can you practice then? Well, there is a technique that allows you to learn to speak English by yourself. No speaking partner is required. This technique can help you to improve many aspects of your spoken English, your sentence structure, your grammar, your vocabulary, and most important, your ability to express your thoughts and ideas effectively. So, what is a technique? Well, here what is required. Now, let me give you the points where you can understand how to speak fluently and how to make yourself brushed up, how to put yourself effectively in speaking English. My first point is learn in small parts or pieces. Imagine if you have to build a house and now you imagine you have no idea and no experience in construction or architecture. And if you were told to build that house brick by brick, it might seem impossible and you may even give up before completion. But what if you were able to source these ready to use walls and windows and doors and ceilings, and all you had to do is to place them like a jigsaw puzzles? Then how interesting it would be to build your own house so easily. Likewise, when you are learning English, a simpler way to put it together is that practice. If you speak fluently, you would be very fluent. If you try, you will succeed. If she tells me her problem, I could help her solve it. If she reads books, she would have better vocabulary. If I had more time, I would practice English more often. If I study hard, I will pass the exam. Now interchange these words which also makes meaningful sentences like I will pass the exam if I study hard. I went for a walk yesterday. I went for a lecture yesterday. She went to the park this morning. It's easily and actually it's easy. Actually, if you try. Point number 2. Sound well prepared. Here a quick and easy tip to help you sound like pro. So there is a few common theme tend to appear in most part of the conversation, interviews, or even in English language test. Talk about yourself, about your family, maybe your hobbies. Talk about your pastimes or your most memorable moment or your most challenging moment or about your goals and your aim in life. Or you can even talk about what you do to stay fit or your daily routine. Now, here is the cheat code. Prepare 4 to 5 lines on each one of these topics. Show them to your friend or your seniors who is fluent at English. Practice these lines in front of the mirror and learn them up. Initially, when you say them, it might sound memorized. But soon, with some practice, it is soon going to sound absolutely natural. And later, you can add more topics to it, and very soon, you will become fluent and confident speaker who makes natural conversation. My tip number 3: converse with native English speakers. I'll tell you a small story. Now there was a young college student that wanted to learn how to cook. So he went on to YouTube and he saw some videos, watched cookery shows, and he read some recipe books. Now every time he went into the kitchen, nothing seemed to work. Similarly, when learning English, you can read books, learn vocabulary, or watch several English movies with subtitles. But the only real way to speak fluently in English is to speak English. But the challenge is, whom do we speak to? Because our friend kind of us make fun of us, and our family sometimes not so fluent in English. So the question is, whom do we actually speak English with? So I went out looking for an expert that I could speak to whenever I was free. Someone wouldn't judge me, but they would guide me and help me to improve my English spoken. And I came across this app called Cambly, which I highly recommend to you. So, as you log on to this app, you will see a list of several tutors, and there is a rating given along with their experience. And you can choose any one of them and can converse with them. So, speaking to them and listening to them not only helped me improve my speaking English but also my listening skills. Point number 4, that is my tip number 4: speed reading and reading aloud. One very important aspect of learning any language is physical fluency. Our mouth, lips, tongue, and facial muscles all need to get used to speaking these new kinds of words. So, this tip is going to help you to gain that physical fluency. So, here's what you need to do: take a passage, a short passage. It should be approximately at your level, possible, but a bit challenging. Now, read that passage and time yourself. Now, a second time, overread the passage again and time yourself again. And do that again one more time till you find that you are beating your own time record every time that you are reading. Singing out song lyrics also helps you in gaining physical fluency. My tip number 5: you can join meetups and groups. This tip is for you to practice because practice makes perfect. Now, you should join groups or meetups in your area of interest. It could be a coding group or it could even be a composting group. It doesn't matter As long as the conversation are in high quality, English matters. You must join these groups because not only you are going to get practice opportunities to build fluency and confidence, but you are also going to become stronger in your own domain or area of interest. My tip number 5, my tip number 6 is observe and copy. That is the best way to learn English. So observe good English speakers. They could be on the news or on TED Talks or even on movies. And when you observe them, read the subtitles. Hear them, pause and copy. And when you are copying, pay special attention to pronunciation and intonation. Now, intonation is the combination to a stressed and unstressed words that creates natural rhythm. For example, the statement, "What's his name?" is actually not pronounced that way. It is pronounced, "What's his name?" His becomes unstressed. What's her name? So here in her is unstressed. I'll be back from college at 2. It will be, I'll be back from college at 2. I saw him, but he ran away. It will be, I saw him, but he ran away. Also, sometimes within a word, there are stressed and unstressed parts like master, wanter. So, the first part of these words is stressed. Another thing you need to pay attention is when someone is asking you a question. You will notice especially if it is a yes or no type of question. The intonation tends to go up. So, for example, can I borrow your book? Is college open today? So you noticed how the tone tends to go up, especially in question in yes or no type questions. The mastery of this rhythmic contra is what you sound like a fluent English. My tip number 7, learning to speak English through imitation. When I say imitation, I'm not talking about repeating after native speakers, using the exact same words to improve your pronunciation. I'm talking about something a little more advanced than that. Here's how it works. You listen to a conversation, a story, or some kind of speech, and then try to deliver that speech in your own words. Let's see this technique in action. When I was a child, when you were a child, my parents liked to pretend. Like many other parents, his parents liked to pretend, like many other parents, that Santa Claus would bring us presents at Christmas. His parents liked to pretend that Santa Claus would bring them presents at Christmas. When my siblings and I would wake up on Christmas morning. So when his siblings would wake up on Christmas morning and there would be a bunch of presents from supposedly Santa Claus sitting in front of the fireplace. There would be a bunch of presents from supposedly Santa Claus sitting in front of the fireplace. So that's how it works. But that's one way to do it. There are other ways too. For example, instead of imitating small portion of speech like phrases and short sentences, you can imitate larger portion of speech too. So in this case, you wait until the speaker completes a thought or an idea. Then pause. Try to express that idea yourself. Another approach is to simply listen to the whole speech and then try to deliver that entire speech yourself. So there are several ways to go about it. But what I recommend is to combine them all together, and I call this approach easy to hard imitation. This is based on the concept of progressive training. The idea is that you start with something easy and then increase the difficulty of the activity, forcing yourself to get better. A number of studies have found this kind of training to be very effective. Here's how you can apply this concept. Start by imitating small portion of speech, first like phrases and short sentences, then move on to imitating larger portion of speech like long sentences or even group of sentences, and finally try to deliver the entire speech on your own. This technique offers many benefits. You get to listen and imitate correct English, which helps you to learn and form sentences properly. You get to learn idioms, expressions, and other speaking patterns that you can use it in your day-to-day conversation. You get to learn grammar too. When you imitate other people, you are learning grammar through a process called implicit learning. This is a process where the learning happens without your awareness. This is how babies and children learn the grammar rules of their first language. Imitate, you don't think of the grammar. When you imitate, you don't think of the grammar. You are not trying to understand why the present perfect tense is used in this situation or in that situation. Instead, you are focused on communication or understanding and experiencing ideas. You are still learning grammar, but you are not aware that it's happening. This is one of the proper ways to learn grammar. So that's all from me for now. I hope really that these tips has helped you to improve your English. Also, please put a comment under this video of what other videos you would like to cover, so that I know what you are looking for, and press the subscribe button and the bell icon right next to it, and give us a thumbs up if you like our work. And happy watching. I'll be waiting for your comments. Thank you.